Problem 23 on the 12 and 24 on the 10. They really like this question. They put it on both tests. Okay. Call a positive integer fair if no digit is used more than once. Okay, no zeros and no digits. Okay, this is really the crux of the problem. Oops, not the highlighter I wanted. This is really the crux of the problem, this condition. And they give us some examples. How many fair positive integers are there? No digit used more than once, no zeros. So essentially we're picking, our digits are being chosen from 1 to 9. I'll probably just write all of them. Okay, and this is really the crux of the problem we really want to understand here. No digit is adjacent to two greater digits. So we have some value. Let's say it was 3, right? We can't have something larger than 3 on both sides. We can have it being larger than 3 on one side. We can't have it also being larger than 3 here. But the opposite is not true. Let's keep that in mind here. Let's say we have an 8. It is very much allowed for both of these to be smaller. We just can't have a digit adjacent to two greater digits. So I think the really easiest way to visualize this problem and think about it really is to draw a picture. It might seem crazy for this kind of problem, but let's draw a picture for this. And let's say our number from left to right. Let's say we have, I don't know, like some values, right? Like some values along the x-axis. And let's say we're visualizing a number. So let's say, I don't know, 196 would be, for example, we would start here. 1, then let's say we go up to 9, then we go down to 6, right? This is kind of a way we would visualize the number. And you'll see why I really like visualizing it like this in a second. Maybe 196 is fair, so it's given as a positive example. Let's analyze one of these examples we're given that is not fair. 1546. Let's see what's going on in this picture that really makes it not fair. So 1, and then let's say 5. 5 is somewhere, up there. Then we go down to 4. And then we go up to 6. So 1546 is not fair. Why is it not fair? Well, 4 is a digit adjacent to two greater digits. 4 is adjacent. This 4 over here is adjacent to 5 and to 6. So notice the shape of this thing here. It's kind of like a V. It's like a V, imagine, right? So 4 adjacent to 5, 6, that doesn't work because of this V. And let's say, I don't know, one more example, 320, right? I'm just going to do it here. 3, and then let's say 2, 3, 2, or that doesn't work because of the 0. And then let's say 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. That also doesn't work because of the duplicate in the 3. But this is really the main condition here. We're only worrying about these 9 digits. We can't have a digit adjacent to two greater digits, so this one won't work. So we see in this picture, we can't have these V's. So what does that mean really? Let's just try and graph our number. We can have the opposite, right? We can have, let's say we eliminated the 6. Would this number work? Absolutely, because we're allowed to have these mountains. We can't have the valleys. We can't have these valleys where we're going up on both directions, because that means, okay, this digit is less than both of its neighbors. So let's take that in consideration, no valleys. So let's say we're going down, right? Let's say 4, next one, maybe we can make it 2. Why not, right? We haven't used 2 yet. This next one can be 2. But after 2, can we go back up to like 7? Nope, because now we get a valley. Now 2 is less than 4 and 7. So here's the key idea. After we start decreasing, so let's say we go up. As long as we're going up, we could keep going up. So maybe instead of 5, we can go up to 7. Why not? This is perfectly allowed. Right? 7 is, right? Okay, now 5 is not less than both of these. 5 is only less than one of them. So that's perfectly fine. But now let's say we want to change directions, right? We're going up, 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 up. Now let's say we want to change directions and go down. So let's say 7 goes to 4. Is this allowed? Yes, it is allowed because this digit is greater than both of those digits. And let's say we want to go down again. Sure, why not? Because 4 is not less than both 7 and 2. It's only less than 7. So it's not adjacent to two greater digits. But now we're going down. Okay, now we're stuck. Maybe you want to go back up again. Is that allowed? Let's say I want to go to 6. Can I do that? No, because now 2 is adjacent to 4 and 6. We have this kind of valley. So we see the structure of our numbers has to be of the form, okay, increase, 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 then decrease, decrease. And it could be true that, let's say, maybe we don't have this whole decreasing segment. Maybe our number is just 157. Perfectly fine. Maybe the opposite. Maybe we just have the decreasing segment. 742. Maybe we have both. Maybe we keep everything. But the point is that we have this peak, and then we have some numbers on each side. But these numbers on the sides of our peaks, the numbers on the left side of the peak have to be increasing. The numbers on the right side of our peak have to be decreasing. So let's count them by our peak. Let's try to count how many cases per peak. So let's say our peak is 9. So let's say instead of 7, this was a 9. How many numbers are there, right? We have these other 8 digits. Well, here's a trick, right? Each digit can go on either the left side of 9, left side of peak. It can go on the right side of peak, or it can go nowhere at all. So imagine we place every number in these buckets. Let's say we place 1, 3, and 8 in the left side. Let's say 2, 7 on the right side. And let's say the remaining numbers, 4, 5, and 6, that's everything. That's everything from 1 to 8. It's nowhere. So what would that look like? 9, 1, 3, 8, 8 on the left side. And we know that the numbers on the left side have to be increasing. So 1, 3, and 8, like that. Right side of the peak, we know they have to be decreasing. So we have that. And nowhere, well, we just ignore these numbers. So for any choice, so let's say we choose where each of these 8 digits belongs in each of these 3 buckets. After that, there's only one possible ordering that satisfies our kind of shape that we need. And keep in mind that, let's say we can put nothing in the left side peak. We can put them all on the right side if we wanted, right? That's perfectly allowed. And then we would just have 9, and then we would have 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. And that would be a perfectly valid number. We can also put all of them into nowhere. That's perfectly fine. And we would just get 9. That works, right? So the number of ways here is just 3 to the 9, 3 choices, or 3 to the 8. 3 choices for each of our numbers from 1 to 8. And then we have very similar logic. Let's say the peak is 8. The peak being 8 means, by peak I mean like the highest possible digit we're using. We're not using 9 because, right, that's otherwise 9 would be the peak, not 8. So 8, we have, again, same 3 categories, but this time from 1 to 7. So we get 3 to the 7 cases. So 9, 3 to the 8, 8, 3 to the 7, 7, 3 to the 6, so on, all the way till, let's say the peak is 1. The peak can be 1, right? In this case, we have 2 through 9 can't be there, otherwise 1 wouldn't be the peak. And we have 0 other numbers for placing in our 3 buckets. You can think of it like 3 to the 0, right? You can see this pattern continues even when it's a little bit, kind of silly there. So our sum is just 3 to the 8th all the way till 3 to the 0. That's regular geometric sequence. A1 times r to the n, 3 to the n, there's 9 terms, minus 1 over r minus 1. That's 3 minus 1. So 3 to the 9 minus 1 all over 2. And, okay, here's a kind of a quick way to compute this. The easiest way to compute this would probably be, okay, so 3 to the 4, that's 81. 81 squared, that's 6561. You can look at the squares video if you want to know how to do that one really quickly. I made that many years ago, that video. So 6561 is 3 to the 8th, and now we multiply by 3, and this gives us 19683. 19500 plus 183. So that's kind of how you do the mental math quickly, especially if you're in a rush for time. Then we get that our answer is just equal to 3 to the 9 minus 1 all over 2. So that's 19683 minus 1 over 2. 19682 over 2. That is 9841, the final answer for this question. A really nice question. Definitely one of the coolest ones on this test. Yeah, and this idea of increasing then decreasing is a really cool one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.